Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to talk about why your art sucks and how to actually improve like practical stuff. So sometimes you might feel like your art is not good enough or that you can be improving a lot faster or that you're not like talented enough or something. So I'm going to break down some things that will actually help you improve. And the first reason why you might not be improving is because you're not having enough fun. Nowadays, you hear a lot of people saying that motivation doesn't work and that you need discipline for everything and that motivation is completely useless. But while it's true that discipline is super important if you want to be good at something and actually improve, I feel like in art, having motivation is 100 times more important and valuable than having discipline. You see, I especially see a lot of beginner artists getting overwhelmed by so many art fundamentals like, oh yeah, I just started to draw, now I'm going to practice anatomy, I'm going to practice, I don't know, perspective and all of that boring shit nobody really wants to practice. When I was a kid, I started drawing anime and I was just copying random stuff I would see on YouTube. And I remember my parents noticed that I was very excited for making art and they sent me to a little local art school which I had like a teacher and a group of people that I was drawing with. But when it came to the actual classes and the learning, I wasn't all that interested because they weren't actually teaching me stuff I liked. They tried to teach me like, oh yeah, these are the proportions of a human face. This is where you draw the division lines, and we're doing painting. We're painting landscapes or whatever bullshit. And I didn't really like that stuff. I just wanted to draw anime girls. But in that art school, they really didn't teach how to draw anime girls. So, I had to stick to YouTube videos or copying other people. But unfortunately, I ended up quitting art altogether because I just found too overwhelming so many fundamentals and boring stuff I had to go through. So, the best advice I could give you right here, right now, if you want to get better, is just to optimize for fun and enjoyment. So just copy other people's art, do whatever you want. If you like drawing anime girls, just go draw your anime girls, and you will eventually figure out what you like and you will expand yourself. And maybe eventually you might be ready to learn all of those boring fundamentals. Okay, so the second reason is you're not drawing enough. So I already said, oh yeah, motivation is a lot more useful and better than discipline, but hear me out. You see a lot of people giving you the advice of, oh yeah, just draw a lot and you will eventually get good. And I didn't like this advice. I used to think it was very stupid because you can draw a lot but still not learn anything. I used to think it was more important the quality of the time spent practicing than like the actual hours you put in. You have probably heard before that it takes like 1,000 hours or 10,000 hours to dominate or master a skill. Now I want you to think about this. Imagine the version of yourself who makes art for 1 hour every day. And okay, fair enough. You're making art, you're practicing, you're learning, and it's quality practice, right? You're actually doing studies and everything. Now think of the version of yourself who's doing all of that practice but it's doing it for hours, like every single day you're drawing for 6 hours, 7, 8 hours, and you might think, oh, but that is excessive, right? That is way too much. If you're scrolling for 3 to 4 hours every single day, or if you're playing video games for 6 hours every single day, you have time for drawing 6 hours every single day. So if you want to be the best artist, if you want to be the best version of yourself, and the best in the world for that matter, you have to, you know, put in the actual work. You have to have the discipline to draw every single day and get rid of all those distractions, get your priorities straight. Okay, so the third reason is you're probably not making enough studies. You see, art is basically a river of inspiration, and we all get inspiration from each other. We are like a flowing river, and we're constantly learning something new from each other. So it is very important that you are able to study other people and you're able to study from images, from artwork, from literally everything. And I understand some people like get like put off by the thought of copying other people's art. And they're like, "Oh yeah, copying art, that's nasty, Oh, that's art theft or something." You need to understand that making studies and putting yourself on other artists' shoes is the literally most effective tactic to improve fast, because you're like getting a shortcut. Instead of you figuring out what to do and where to go, you're just copying the artist that you like, who already knows what direction to take. And it's obviously easier than just trying to do it yourself. I also want to talk about something important that I think is extremely overlooked, and like a few people talk about this. You see a lot of people talking about, oh yeah, to get better, you have to study anatomy, you have to study value, you have to study this, you have to study that. I believe that to get better, you have to just lock in and get rid of all the fucking distractions, man. So, as I said, a lot of people are just way too addicted to social media or video games. And, you might spend a lot of time scrolling and doing things that are just draining your attention and your energy. This is not only super important for the obvious reason that you're wasting so much time that you could be spending on being great, but this type of distractions and instant gratification is making you lose a lot of enjoyment from art. You see, when you do a lot of super stimulating activities like, I don't know, go to parties all the time, playing video games, taking drugs, scrolling on social media all day, your dopamine is getting absolutely fucked. And all of a sudden, art is not that fun anymore because, man, you already have so many stimulating activities. You already have video games. You already have all of this stuff. Now, why would you want to make art if you can, entertain yourself in a easier fashion? If you have to swipe your finger and all of a sudden you have more enjoyment than when you're making art. This is the problem with distractions and instant gratification, which fortunately stuff like dopamine detox is becoming a lot more popular nowadays. And I would definitely recommend that. 100% is going to help you a lot more than any, I don't know, stupid fundamental like, oh yeah, do this, study anatomy, study perspective. Just lock the fuck in. People say, oh, I'm not talented enough. I wasn't born with talent. That's why I'm not good at art. The actual reason why you're not good at art is because you spend hours on video games every single day and wasting your time in slop. I apologize for, this little rant. I might have offended a few people here, but this is the single thing that will skyrocket your art gains. So, yeah, just be like Kim Jong-gi, draw for 8, 9 hours every single day, and you'll be fine. So, yeah. Thank you all guys for watching this video. I hope it was useful. I hope you can get something out of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.